G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. I've just installed Ubuntu Mate 18.04 Beta 1 and just having a bit of a look around. Haven't started yet, just updated the system. I was having a few problems updating the system for some reason. It was saying that you check your internet and blah blah blah, and that was through the software updater. And that wasn't, so this one here, software updater, kept coming up with errors. So I did a system update in the terminal, which was sudo apt, sorry, I did a system upgrade in the terminal, sudo apt upgrade, and that also came up with an error, and it suggested that I run this one, sudo apt upgrade space -- fix -- missing, and that solved all the problems, and everything seems to be running kosher at the moment, so hopefully it remains that way. So that was a nice little fix that actually recommended that in the terminal itself after an upgrade. So yep, I suppose hopefully those sort of things are solved by the time the final release comes out. That would be good, because we don't want new users dealing with that sort of thing, I suppose. So alright, so I've started this up and having a look around. It's got the usual 3-tier menu that we're familiar with in Ubuntu Mate 18.04. So control center, let's have a look around. And do we have quadrants? Yes, we do. So I wonder what's controlling the what is controlling the desktop at the moment in Tweak. Panel, Windows, Marco Adaptive Compositor, Marco Compton and Compiz. So Adaptive Compositor. Is there any screen tearing? No, it looks pretty smooth at the moment, so that's not too bad. So maybe that's working pretty good. So, I should have stayed in Tweak, shouldn't I? So let's have a quick look around. I don't think we need to look at what apps are installed. I think people will find that out when they install it. I'm just interested in how this desktop is going to work. I just want to see how good it's working at the moment. So what do we have? Contemporary, Cappuccino. What are we on at the moment? Familiar. Familiar. That's a familiar one, but not a recognizable one. I don't remember that one being there. So, okay. So, I suppose my interest is in Mutiny, but we'll check the other ones out first. Contemporary, we'll start from the top. Have a quick look. Contemporary. Has it changed? I think it has. Oh yes, we're on the left hand side. So we've got the global menu going on here, and the brisk menu. So what's the searching like in brisk? Quite good. And have they changed anything at all? That let's have a look. Office, right click, pin to favorites, pin to desktop, new spreadsheet. Yep, that seems to be the case of what it was last time, so that's all right. So that's your contemporary. Got your system indicators up top there, and still a panel down the bottom as well, and a show desktop. Working okay, yep. All right, so let's go back to Mate Tweak, if we can find it in here. There it is. Back to the panel, and we'll go to Cupertino or Cappuccino. I'm not sure what that one is. So, looks like we lost the dock down the bottom. Oh, so the Cupertino has a full screen menu as well. That's interesting. And also the buttons on the left. Did it have a dock or it didn't have a dock? Maybe it didn't. I'm not sure whether that's supposed to have a dock or not. And I suppose we do the old, if we can, let's go back to Tweak. and we normally change it from which one was it, the netbook I think it is, and if there's any issues it'll, I don't know what that was. Okay, so now I've got to look for the Mate tweak. Can't find the Mate tweak now. System, administration, no, preferences, look and feel, Mate tweak. Okay, so let's go back to Cupertino. So it does have a dock. Okay, so if you come across the problem where it doesn't change, always go back to netbook or whatever it was that I was choosing. Mate tweak is open, yep. Alright, so that's working well. And we have a full screen menu. Is it opening? Yes, it's opening with the Windows super key, which is good. I wonder if this searches just apps or whether it does search for files as well. I doubt whether it'll search for files, but let's make a empty file. Call it Coles doc. And let's see if it just searches for applications. Yep, that's all it searches for. That's fine. And that's works very well, doesn't it? So let's go down here and search for welcome. Yep, let's search for welcome. Yep. The boutique. Gee, it's pretty quick, isn't it? Pretty snappy as well. So that's interesting. That's really good. I like that. And it's got the global menu running here as well. So let's open up a file manager. Kaja. Close. Yep. Okay. So let's go back to the tweak. With netbook is a very basic one. Pantheon. Let's try the Pantheon desktop. So now we have menu and places. So you still can't scroll from menu to places. I would have thought they'd fix that now. However, that's the way it is. I wonder if there must be a problem trying to integrate those menus up there and the dock down the bottom. Haven't looked at the calendar yet, have we? It's a normal calendar anyway, so we're all familiar with that. So let's go to the tweak tool again, control center, tweak, panel, Redmond. Well, I think we're all familiar with Redmond. We've seen it for many years. Represents the Windows style workflow, and it's using the traditional Mate menu. And I like that menu. A lot of people don't like it. I think it's pretty good. The only thing I don't like is all the mounted partitions on here, which is, yeah, all my mounted partitions with other operating systems on it. So that just shows my distro hopping habits with those things lined up along the panel there. Not happy with that. Okay, so let's go back to Control Center, go back to Tweak. And let's try the last one. Redmond traditional. So the two panels are in play here, and we have the buttons on the right. Yep, they all integrate together. Just doesn't with the brisk menu, so that must be a bit of a task to fix that, I would say. Otherwise, it probably would have fixed it by now. All right, so not much to see here. That's very old style. So now I want to check the Mutiny. I actually like the Cupertino style too. That was pretty good. So we have, is that global menus? Let's just check that out. So we have the full screen menu here as well. So we want files, the file manager, Kaja. Buttons on the left. Now pin to panel, pin Kaja, yep. Okay. So I wonder if this has the preferences, dock preferences, and let's have a look. Workspaces, Windows, panel options, change panel color to match wallpaper, and change color of docks panel only. Yeah, the docks panel. So if we change that, it'll change the dock, not this panel. If you leave that unchecked, it'll change both. So I just want to change the docks panel. And there we go. Looking pretty good, and the super key should be at play. Yep, and we've got a menu at the top here as well. Nothing in favorites yet. So if you want to know what's in here, we can have a quick look, I suppose, scrolling across here. Accessories, administration, and I'll leave it long enough so you can pause and have a look. Graphics, internet, office, preferences, sound and video, system tools, and universal access. Now what we want to have a look at now is the boutique. Let's have a look what's in the boutique, which I've already used because I had to install Simple Screen Recorder. Now I believe that this boutique is a Snap app, because this thing down the bottom here, you used to click on this to update it, but I think this is updating all the time now because you don't have to click on it anymore. And I suppose we could keep tabs on that with the version number. So that's interesting. So I suppose under the fixes menu, these could have been an option with the issues I was having at the start with updating the system. I probably could have used any one of these options here. So that might be something to keep in mind if you're going to try Ubuntu Mate 18.04 Beta 1. One of these might work for you. We also have a little spanner key up here for preferences. Hide proprietary applications if you don't want proprietary applications. Show software sources and manage repositories. boutique news. Tells you any news about what's been happening with the updates on the boutique, keeping you informed of the changes. KDE Connect indicator uses a new or updated source and all those types of things, so that's very handy. And you've got a search function, and also if you're installing multiples, when you click the install buttons on anything in here, if you click install, they will queue up here until you come here and install the whole lot, or just one. So you got multiple installs happening there, so you can queue them all up.